Good evening, gentlemen. So if you've read any of my work or seen one of the more recent videos on wealth, you know I have a lot to say about wealth and earning money and why it's not bad to earn money or it's not bad to earn a lot of money. You also know that I have noticed, and maybe you've noticed as well, if you look around your church or any religious group, that people tend to not earn very much money. And not just at the regular rate that people aren't earning money in society where most people are average or below, or maybe slightly above, but it seems that people in the religious world are earning less than just the average American. Now, there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's not a moral statement. That's just a fact, an observation. The problem begins when those people who are low income earners start to suggest that the only reason they're not earning the same money as other people is because they're virtuous, they're righteous, they're not focused on earthly matters like those worldly people. And that just isn't the truth. That is where we step away from the fact of some people earn less money than others, and that's okay, to moralizing that position, putting undue morals and judgments on facts that should never be there to begin with. I think that is an evil position that people who don't make a lot of money make. While they like to accuse people with a lot of money of being greedy or worldly or materialistic, they themselves are being filled with all pride and envy and jealousy, and it comes out in the way they talk that way. So I do a lot of attacking of that idea of people who want to justify their poverty with wealth, but I thought it would be good to actually have some stats to go with that. So I'm going to give a chart, just a picture of a chart, and it's going to be from the Pew Research Center, a pretty respected data collection site. I'll provide the link to it in the description below, but it breaks down all the religious groups in America based on their earnings. And I just want us to note an interesting fact here. So if we go down to near the bottom, that's where we start running into the more traditional quote-unquote denominations that you might see. Now, if you'll note, pretty close to the bottom there is a Catholic, and then 2 spots down is Churches of Christ. I'm a member of that, and if you add up the group that's making less than $30,000 and the group making up to $1 below $50,000, combine those together, that's 60%. So 60% of the members of the Church of Christ are earning less than they're earning $49.99 or less. $49,999 rather. So they're earning that amount of money, and I'm pretty sure the national average in America is around 55 or 58, somewhere around there, plus or minus a little bit. So we've got 6 out of 10 members of the church earning less than the national average. Now, you may not be able to argue that that's statistically significant or anything like that, but I think from a broad general view, it is a little bit significant that these people would earn that much less. Or even if you bump up in the Catholics, I think those numbers add up to like 55%. 55% of Catholics are earning that same amount or less. So Catholics a little better off as far as overall earnings are going, but that's interesting to me that I can verify my observational evidence with evidence that does suggest that people in the church just tend to not earn as much as regular people, at least on average. So that's just a little blip, just a little verification of something that I've always said. And so I think it's very clear. Again, the problem is when these people start to moralize their position. They start to suggest that they aren't earning even the national average because they're virtuous or moral or something like that. When really, we know, and if we were to click the link to the study in the top of this article that shows us the relationship between education and earnings, we would see that that's just not true. It tends to be the more educated you are, the better your earning potential is. Not always, but that's generally the truth. And the fact of the matter is, so many Christian people walk around just wandering through life, sleepwalking through life. They have this Jesus take the wheel mentality. Well, you're not going to let him take the wheel of your regular car. There's work you have to do on your own. You have to take control of your own life. The Bible says that a man will plan his way, but then the Lord directs his path. Now, people love to latch on to the Lord directs his path part, but they skip the whole idea that, yes, but a man must still plan his way. A man must still be actively involved in directing his own life, knowing that he will receive more direction from his God. That's very easy to understand, I think, but it's something so many people don't get. They want to just abdicate all control of their lives and suggest that, the position I'm in now, I'm not doing as well as most people in the world, but it's because I'm virtuous. No, that's not the case. It's because those people didn't make a plan for their lives. Making a plan for your life doesn't demonstrate that you don't have faith or trust in God. It demonstrates that you're making a plan for your life and acknowledging the fact that plans do change. You can be modified. You can course correct, like a pilot is always course correcting his plane. We're always course correcting our cars. So also we must always course correct our lives when we see that we're not heading towards the destination that we want to be at. But that's not what people do. They say, this will all work out for the best. Well, how's that working out for everybody else? It's not that pretty. So for you, plan your own path. Make sure you're actively planning your life out, knowing that, yes, there could be outside influences, factors you didn't consider, and God adjusting those plans. But at the end of the day, a man is responsible for himself, and that never changes.